Hey, happy Saturday morning. This is Josie, your Tupperware lady, and pleasure is mine to bring you a recipe for pulled pork. Now it's going to be a very hot one today, I've been told, a lot of humidity, and I don't want to cook. However, we want to eat well. So I got this sirloin of pork, boneless, that is going to work perfectly for a pulled pork. So we're going to start by marinating. Now it needs to marinate like most of the day, and this will be our Sunday dinner actually. So it's going to be in the refrigerator in our great marinator, which is absolutely wonderful. It's got raised dots on the inside for both the top and the bottom, so you can just keep turning it and it'll keep marinating. Works great with wet marinades, but we're actually going to make a dry rub. Now when the cooking happens tomorrow, I'll be back and we'll be showing you a sauce that you can actually make while we're going to be cooking it. So we're going to be doing a bit of spices today, and there will be a bit more spices in the cooking liquid tomorrow. So I start with, I'm low carb. The rest of the family isn't, but I am. So I plan on having dinner with them. So half a cup of Swerve brown sugar. Now, no plug intended, but to me this is the best way to use it. We've got granulated, they have icing sugar, and they got the brown sugar mixture. So it works just like brown sugar. Talking about brown sugar, our modular mates, we've got the ovals on sale at this point, which is a great deal for them. Tops are blue, however I've got an older version with the black tops, and our brown sugar is over 6 months old. We're in July. I bought this to make recipes at Christmas time for the family, and it stays this way for another 6 months until I cook again for the family. They don't get much, I promise you. So great idea for people that need to buy in bulk or want to buy in bulk because it's on sale, it's cheaper, and you want to keep your food a lot longer. So we've got the fridge smarts for our refrigerator to put the vegetables and the fruit so that we buy in bulk, keep longer, and this is what we've got for the pantry. So with the sale going on, perfect time to start organizing that pantry. Now with the brown sugar, I've got a mixture here. I started putting everything together. So we've got all my red spices. So we've got cayenne, paprika, and chili powder, which is about half a tablespoon of each except for the cayenne pepper. That's totally up to you. So we put those in there. We've got some oregano. Some people prefer thyme, rosemary, the choice is yours. I like a good half tablespoon of oregano. And again, with the sauce that it'll be cooking in, we will have a bit of those again repeated in that sauce. Then I've got my cumin and my coriander, about half a teaspoon of each. Then we've got the onion powder, garlic powder, which is about a teaspoon of each. Then we've got the pepper, and then we've got salt. Now for the salt, I like to use for the marinade a bit more than what I would use in the sauce. So we're going with not quite half a tablespoon, since we do have 2 pieces of meat. Now had it been 1 piece of meat, well, you use part of it, you keep the rest, and those modular mates, they'd be great. And as you saw, what I love about my measuring spoons is they're flat on the bottom. So everything stays flat with my ingredients. You just take them as you wish, and that doesn't spill over. So you can get everything ready just like I did for you today, and you just put everything in there. Now I'm using our vent and serves, And as a bowl, I love these bowls. I love the sizes. I like the fact that you can cooking them in the microwave, and they are perfect. Of course, the color is amazing as well, very royal blue. So once that's all done and mixed together, I will be rubbing everything on the meat, putting that in our marinator in the refrigerator for at least 8 hours. Now, if you got 6, that's fine. You want to do 4, go right ahead. I prefer at least 8 hours. So I'm going to be, it's currently, well, it's noon. It's actually not morning. So I'll be putting this in the refrigerator. Tomorrow morning, I'll get it ready. We reheat for dinner. Family's going to come over, so we're not going to have to be cooking all day. So all you do is rub everything on there. Now, if you want to use brown sugar instead of what I've got, you actually can. It's the same measurements. It's a 1-to-1 for the meat. There we go. And that all over, and that's pretty much it. As I said, you got a bit too much, you actually just leave it there in a container, and you go and have another small recipe ready for you. Now with Tupperware, what's nice is that brown sugar, even if it's mixed with those spices, is not going to be all dried up when you go back, let's say in a month, when you want to make another one of these recipes. So there we go. That's all we got. We put the cover on it, and it'll be in the refrigerator for, well, almost 24 hours. And then we'll be cooking that for dinner tomorrow, Sunday. And now's the time to cook our pulled pork that's been marinating overnight. About 24 hours. It's 12:47 right now. So here we go with the marinated meat. Now, both of these will not be able to fit into my pressure cooker. So I will be doing one at a time, 30 minutes at a time. Still be ready in time for dinner, right? So we have sauce that we need to cook with that. So I'm going to put my first piece of meat. You know what? I think both of them are actually going to go in. I am surprised. There we go. There we are. Yeah, it does. All right, leave them aside. Now, in order for this to cook in the pressure cooker, pressure builds with liquid. So we need to put in a sauce. Now, the original recipe for the sauce is 1.5 cups of ketchup for the sauce that's going to cook in it. However, being low carb, ketchup's a no-no. So I cut it back down to 1.5 cups. What I'm going to do after to 1/2 cup. What I'm going to do after this is all cooked, I'm going to taste the sauce. If need be, I'll be adding some tomato paste just to make it a little bit thicker without all the carbs that the ketchup does. Okay, so 1/2 cup of Dijon mustard, 1/2 cup of ketchup, and this is for my own tweak on the recipe. There we go. Then we'll need 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar. Let me just check where my 1/3 cup is. And there we go. For the sauce, and 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. So that was 1 tablespoon. Here goes with the second one. There we go. And that's that. So this just needs to be mixed to the side. Now, this is the time if you wish to re-season for the sauce. So we had some, there we go, so that's pretty cool. So that's enough liquid. Now at this point I found, especially by the smell, there was enough garlic and enough onion powder. However, itty bitty bit more of cayenne is what my husband will actually prefer. So we have a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper that I'm adding to the mix. And that's it. There we are. So now this is going to go 30 minutes into our microwave. Now, maybe a little bit more than 30 because I've got 2 big pieces of meat in here. But we'll be checking back on it once the 30 minutes are up. And if need be, it can be put in for a little extra time. So you lock it into place and you stick it in here. A little too rough today. There we go. And 30 minutes. 29 and 30. There we go. So I'll just be putting these things aside. And now, what is pulled pork without a good coleslaw? So I've got a few things lined up here for making a good coleslaw. So I'm going to start with a special tool. First of all, the mandolin, right? And our mandolin has different levels that you can put it on, and it's got teeth. So you can actually make juliennes, cubes, you name it. So this actually brings this up and down, and this is where you see that we've got, and these are seriously sharp. So we've got the thin ones and we've got the wide ones, or you lock it into none. Now, normally for onions and the cabbage, I'll definitely be using the slicer. However, for my carrots, I really like this additional tool that came on sale at one point. Haven't seen it since. And it's actually little square teeth. So I put it up so that we don't engage what we need as a slicer, and we're just going to be processing. There we go. I'll put it so it's easier for you to see. Processing the carrots in, and this is the easiest way I've seen to do julienne carrots. So I like carrots in my, there we go, in my salad. And you should always, I never did that before, but you should always slice away from you. So here we go, get some of the leftover carrots. Put that into the bowl. There we go. So that's pretty much it for the carrots. Put that aside, and then we're putting the slicer back in. Be very careful. These things are extremely sharp if you have one at home, or if it's part of your plan for your Tupper future. Now, for the onions, I like them extra thin. This is an extra sweet onion, so you could put big chunks, but I just like the onions to not be any bigger than the rest of the ingredients that we've got in the salad. So I'm going to bring this to 0. Now, 0 still has a very thin opening, and it actually makes very thin onions. Actually, I want it a little thinner. There we go. So you just do the onions as you, at the amount that you wish. There we go. And I'm just going to slice them. There. Even further, but now that they're this thin, even if you have larger pieces, it's actually going to be perfect in the salad. So I don't want itty bitty pieces, but I don't want a big mouthful of onion. There we are for the onions. Now for our cabbage. So the cabbage, I think it's a this year's cabbage, very fresh. They were absolutely beautiful at the store. So I'm just going to take a part of the cabbage and we're just going to slice this as thin as everything else. So it's going to be very easy to eat. You're going to be able to put it over top of your meat, on a bun, on, I love them. Well, I'm not supposed to eat them, but don't tell anybody. Those little scoops for tortilla chips. Oh, a little bit of the meat and a little bit of the salad, and it's joyful in your mouth. So I am taking this and just slicing it very, very thin. And it's actually going extremely quick. And look how thin this is. So this is going to be a mayo-based dressing that I'll be using for most of it. I prefer a vinaigrette in mine. So, and I've got a husband who likes Miracle Whip instead of the true mayonnaise. So 3 salads out of this is what I'm going to have to make for tonight so that everybody gets what they like. What's a mother for? So you just keep on slicing as long as you don't have enough of the product that you're slicing. So there we go. Don't let it build up too much underneath, because then it doesn't slice properly, and then you just keep on doing that. So I'm going to finish this. I don't think anybody wants to watch me slice and dice this for another 10 minutes. So we've got 24 minutes left on our microwave for the meat, and I'm almost done shredding. And as you saw, it really doesn't take very long to do a fresh homemade salad. So it costs less, save money, and you are able to have healthier food. All right, I'll see you soon. We're back. Just finished depressurizing. We did have to put an extra 15 minutes on. And let's have a look at what this looks like. It's very easy to undo. And I did put the juice from a can of San Marzano tomatoes. And there we go. Amazing. So in order for us to be able to manipulate this and shred it, and it's only for dinner, it's almost 2 o'clock. I'm not going to do that now, especially since it's so hot. However, I do need it to be a bit more tomatoey. So the tomatoes from the can are in here, and just a few pulls of the cord, and we've got pretty close to tomato paste. There we go. Now you can do it a bit more, a bit less. There we are. Can't wait to get my cupboard fronts. And there we go. So the tomatoes are going to go in here. And there we go. And that's it. So we're going to leave that and shred it before dinner. It's going to be just perfect by then. Just can't wait to taste the actual sauce though. Oh man. Oh, and just spicy enough. That's going to be good. So I will put that back in. So it slowly takes room temperature. Now, wanted to show you, my 2 salads, right? The one for mayo and the one for Miracle Whip. But I thought that radishes would be amazing with that. So we do have also a very small mandolin. They call it Mando Junior. And it works like a charm. There we go. So you play with this part underneath for how thick on the side. You got level 1, 2, and 3. I'm using level 1, and we're just, sorry, putting that through. It's amazing. There we are. So a little bit in for the other one. And that's done. So just to show you that we can make good food very quickly and very healthily. And happy to have you with me watching these videos. If you have any suggestions, any questions, feel free to send them along. I'd be very happy to answer, show, and take you with me on another trip in my kitchen. Thank you.